Hey you guys! So today I want to talk to you about Scott Westerfeld. Yes. I've already talked about Scott Westerfeld several times, particularly with the Uglies series. But I want to talk to you about Leviathan and Behemoth, his two latest books in a trilogy. The third one's not out yet. And I might want to give away a copy of Leviathan to you, so if you want to wait and watch this review, you can find out at the end of the video how to win this copy of Leviathan. But I really want to talk to you guys about Leviathan, actually, which is just a super cool series he's just come out with, and it's a super cool world. It basically takes place in World War I, but it's an alternate history. It's sort of steampunky, it's sort of animal Darwinisty. It's so hard to explain this book. I've thought about it in my head. I can't explain it to people. I just sort of have to show them. What makes Leviathan so cool is that Keith Thompson does the artwork in it, and yeah, there's pictures, so don't judge me, because they're super cool. See, it has the Great War in 1914, and it has like a detailed map of Europe. The story follows Alec, a young Austrian boy who is actually Archduke Franz Ferdinand's son, who, if you don't know, gets assassinated and sort of starts World War I. Oops. So Alec is now orphaned, and he's on the run because he's the heir to the throne of Austria, so he kind of has to, so people are after him, they want to capture him, they want to kill him, blah blah blah. So he's on the run, and he's trying to be disguised, and it's very interesting. What makes it so cool is the alternate history in this, and that is more of the Darwinists versus the clankers. What sort of happened with the Industrial Revolution is that the clankers have risen up, and that's more of like the Germans and such who have created machines, very huge like war machines. They call them all different things, and they walk around, and it's super cool mechanics and like technology in that aspect for the time, and it's pretty neat. That is where it's sort of steampunky with gears, and that's sort of how that goes. Big machines, and that's how they fight their war. And then you have the British, who are the Darwinists, and that sort of came up not from the Industrial Revolution, but the Scientific Revolution and evolution, I guess you would say. The Darwinists sort of fabricate animals to become machines in a way. Like the Leviathan is basically an airship that's made out of a whale beastie, as Darren would call it, and they use the animals in the ship, and they use hydrogen to keep it afloat, and that's their airships, you know, instead of like airplanes and stuff. They have airships that are basically animals. Fabricated animals. So it's super cool. The clankers also have airships, but they can't do as much as the Darwinists can with airships. We also have another character who's sort of in hiding. Her name is Darren, and she really wants to fight in the war. She loves airships, and she really wants to fight on an airship. And women can't serve in the Air Force, so she disguises herself as a boy named Dylan, and she's serving on the Leviathan. And eventually her and Alec cross paths, and there's sort of this intriguing relationship that starts, not really a romantic one. I mean, obviously Alec thinks that Darren is a boy, but just that they're both sort of in hiding and they're not really who they say they are, and it's just really interesting. Not only that relationship, but then the world that's created around them, this whole alternate World War I history. If you're interested in history, I highly recommend this book. If you've liked any of Scott Westerfeld's novels, I also highly recommend this book, and if you really like art, I highly recommend this book, because the artwork in here is incredible. Behemoth is the second one in the series, and I believe there's a third one that's not out yet that's coming out. And Behemoth was just so cool. Just very detailed and very cool, and I just enjoyed it so much. They have like super neat artwork on the covers, and I don't know, the artwork really adds something to Scott Westerfeld's words. As you may have known, I'm really OCD about my books. If I buy a paperback for a series, I have to buy everything in paperback. So I bought Leviathan, and I bought it in paperback, and then Behemoth came out, and it is not out in paperback yet, and I wanted to read it and buy it, so I bought it in hardback, and then I bought Leviathan in hardback, and now I have an extra copy of Leviathan because I'm a freak. So that means one of you gets this copy of Leviathan that I have touched. I know. Don't you want it now? I wouldn't want it, but just in case you still do, you can just leave a comment telling me why you want Leviathan, or that you just want it, and I'll just put your names in a bucket, and I will just pick it out and announce the winner, and I will send it to you. like I did with Mockingjay. If you haven't heard, I'm doing a 100 book challenge with Kaisa this year because we're stupid and we're going to try and read 100 books in a year, which is crazy, especially with all that I'm doing and trying to graduate in June. It's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna be a little bit behind until June, and then in the summer when I have no class and just work to do, I'm gonna be like crazy reading. So that is when I will catch up to Kaisa, because I know right now she's probably read like 5 books and I've only read like 2, so Anyway, I'll see you guys soon, and that's all.